You sure you don't want some? It's chamomile. Listen, you are extremely terrifying. Just the scariest undead subhuman thing on TV, and I really mean that. But I am worried that you could give my kids nightmares if they see you, so I'm gonna have to block you. So that's it. Oh, and tell the zombies they're blocked too.
LancasterOhio.tv presents the Mid-State League Game of the Week, where Fairfield County high school athletes show their drive to succeed and their commitment to teamwork. This broadcast is a community service of Fairfield Media, high school media students and volunteers working hard to bring you the best in Mid-State League sports. Turn it on, crank it up. It's time for the MSL on LSM.
Welcome everyone to high school girls volleyball as we bring you action tonight in the Mid-State League. We're here at Fairfield Christian Academy to watch the homestanding Fairfield Christian Lady Knights take on their rival in the Mid-State League, the Grove City Christian Eagles. Hello, I'm Coach Dave DeWeese. Along with me tonight, someone who knows a little bit about this rivalry and somebody I know a little bit about, my son, Junior, here at Fairfield Christian, KJ DeWeese. KJ, what do you know about this rivalry with Grove City Christian?
Well, Coach DeWeese, this has always been a very good, healthy rivalry for both schools. In just about every single sport I can think of, you know, it helps them try to compete to their best of the ability and, you know, just try to get out there and get it done.
Well, this should be another interesting matchup tonight as these two teams have already played once at Grove City Christian this season. The Lady Knights were victorious in that match, and we'll get into a little bit more about their seasons and their records here as we're starting to get ready to have live action. We'll also try to get you the starting lineups here as quickly as we can. Looks like we have maybe a little bit of time here to get in Grove City Christian, the visitors lineup. Serving for them is number 11, Maria Delaney. And we'll get you the other starters here in a second as Delaney serves. The Knights get the ball back over in 3. But Grove City Christian gets the attack down and scores the first point. The other starters for them is number 6, sophomore Stephanie Sowers. Number 5, sophomore Alyssa Jacobs. Number 4, Alexandra Polence. And she's also a sophomore. Number 2, Allie Griggs, a sophomore, and 00, Casey Hogan, their captain and the junior on the team. In a little bit, we may see the libero come in. Oh, here she comes right now. Number 1, Mariana Gallion, and that rounds out the starting crew for the Grove City Christian as they lost that second serve there, and now a tie of 1-1 here on the scoreboard. Serving first back there for the Knights was junior Lindsay Beatty, and the Knights were able to get an attack that time up to Madison Doolittle, who get it down. I'm looking for a big game tonight out of Madison Doolittle, KJ. I heard she had a real good one in their two games they played this last Saturday against Briggs and Gahanna Christian. They were victorious in both those games, were the Lady Knights.
Well, for the starters of FCA, we have number 2, Emily Sullivan, number 7, Maggie McGee, number 10, Mariah Huth, number 16, Lindsay Beatty, number 23, Madison Doolittle, and number 3, Sydney Tucker. And also at Libro, we have number 19, Caitlin Speakman.
And Doolittle there with another kill to get Fairfield Christian up 3-1 here early in this match. And we're bringing to you again live on Lancaster, Ohio.tv. If you happen to be watching us on the internet right now, this is live action. This game will also come on tape delay this weekend on the Lancaster Time Warner channel number 8, LSN TV in Lancaster. Grove City Christian came back and won that 5th point here to make the score 2-3 as they get the serve in. Knights give it to Sullivan there for an attack from the middle. Grove City gets to it, and they get it over. Tucker can't handle that back row pass there, so the Knights give it back to Grove City, and Grove City ties it up 3-3. Number 5, sophomore Allison Jacobs back to serve. Received there by McGee. A quick hit over by Tucker, the setter for Fairfield Christian. Received in the back row there by Beatty. And they get it over to Doolittle for an attack from outside. It was a down ball. And number 2 there, the sophomore for Grove City Christian, Allie Griggs, hits it into the net. Grove City Christian comes in. They're a very young team, KJ, tonight. They have no seniors on their team. And as I was talking to Coach Joe Bradford before the game, they've had a tough season right now. They're 3-9 overall and 0-5 in the league.
Yeah, it's kind of hard when you don't really have that many seniors with experience. It's hard to get that leadership quality that you need for a team to do well.
Speaking of seniors, though, Fairfield Christian's Emily Sullivan, a senior for the Knights, puts that one down from the middle attack, and that gets the ball back again to sophomore Sydney Tucker, the setter, who's going back to serve. The Knights are up 5-3.
And a couple of plays ago, we had a substitution. Allie Albert, number 8, came in for Maggie McGee, number 7.
Good catch there, KJ. Allie does come into the front row. She's one of the front row attackers for the Knights. Does a good job hitting on both sides, mainly a right-handed side outside hitter, but she'll hit from the middle too at times depending on the offensive set. Fairfield Knights able to get that last point, but this time Grove City Christian and number 4 Polentz hits that ball down. Polentz again, just another sophomore. You're gonna hear a lot of sophomores coming out for the Grove City Eagles. Grove City Christian, I should say, Eagles. We don't want to confuse them with actually Grove City. And there's Albert hitting that outside like we called her number a little bit ago when we said she came in. She's been coming on strong lately for the Knights. The Knights, by the way, are 2-3 in the league and 7-9 overall. But just as of late, they've been coming on. They had 2 big victories on Saturday to get their record up to 7-9. They beat Briggs in 2 games and took Grove City Christian in 3. Mariah Huth there not able to handle that back row pass from Beatty as she puts that one in the net. And that brings the ball back over and the point. Also, this is rally scoring here in high school girls volleyball. So now the libero back to serve. Number 1, Mariana Gallion. Beatty handles it. And they set up Albert in the middle. She gets the attack down, but Grove City handles it. Nice dive there by Beatty to handle that attack, and Tucker's able to get it back over. Grove City with the attack from the outside. Doolittle, they set her up on a little running across the middle attack there. Grove City able to handle it, so we go back. Allie Albert with the set there. Mariah Huth puts it out long. So Grove City Christian right now keeping this close, as you kind of would expect with this sort of rivalry, KJ.
Something I like from Fairfield Christian so far is I see a lot of bodies on the floor. They're really hustling and trying to get to those free balls, keep them up. It's really helping them so far.
And that'll make the Fairfield Christian Knights coach very happy. And we happen to know a little bit about her too. That's Mary Beth DeWeese, my wife and KJ's mother. So it's a little bit of a family affair tonight. We had a double hit there on Allie Albert, which gives the ball back over again to Grove City Christian, who's tied it up now 7-7. And Huth gets that one to go down. That's about the third or fourth time they've gotten Grove City there on the outside with the block. They've gotten the block up, but the block's actually fallen in front of them on their side. So it's good defense on their part, but they just need to get the block back across. Doolittle, the junior, to serve, and she serves it out long. Of course, Coach Mary Beth DeWeese is kind of used to this out of her team. It seems like on the home games, that first game for them is just really a struggle for their girls to get into it. So maybe Grove City Christian could take advantage of that. But they don't, as Palentz, who went back to serve, served it out on the right side of the court. And coming in for her is a junior, Emma Baker, a defensive specialist in the back, number 3 for Grove City Christian. On the Fairfield Christian Knights side, Maggie McGee, number 7, comes in for Allie Albert to do the serving. And that's a common substitution for the Knights. McGee in to serve. And she gets one to just dink over the net. And Delaney there, number 11 in the middle with the middle attack. It was a nice attack. It just barely went out. But line judge Dennis Nolan back there in the corner making the call. He was right on it. McGee again to serve. Gets a nice serve, makes it hard on Grove City Christian to handle it, but they send it back and out long. That was number 5, Jacobs, that kind of sent it long. Keeps McGee in the serving spot, and it gives Fairfield Christian the lead, 11-8.
Maggie McGee with another serve. Hogan there, almost got to it, but just barely missed it off the fingertip. So Maggie McGee will go back to serve again.
Coach Joe Bradford would like to see Hogan get that one down. She's their junior captain and leader for the Grove City Christian.
Gallion there misses the serve receive.
And it's an ace by McGee. Makes the score 13-8 for the Knights. Grove City handles that one by McGee, and they get the attack, but Doolittle handles it. Tucker with the set over to Beatty. Big hit, but it's handled, and Grove City gets the attack. Nice attack handled by Speakman in the back row. Another big hit. Nice dink there, but it's handled by the Knights. They're going to keep going back to Beatty till she gets one down.
Very nice kill there by Lindsay Beatty. She's known for being good at that.
She's one of the strong outside hitters, right, KJ, for Fairfield Christian?
Yeah.
Just a junior. And Coach Bradford feels it slipping away here in the first quarter, so he's going to take a timeout. And that gives us a chance to talk to you about some of our sponsors.
One of our sponsors for tonight is Service Master Clean by Todd George, cleaning services for Fairfield County. They will help you get clean and stay that way, at work and at home. Service Master Clean by Todd George is proud to be a Six Sigma company, demonstrating their commitment to excellence and their promise to do the job right or do it over. Service Master Clean by Todd George can be contacted at 740-687-1077.
We didn't get a chance to talk about the fact that this is actually the first year for both of these teams to be in the Mid-State League. Now, they've competed in league play when they were in the Mid-Ohio Christian Athletic League together, but both teams moved out of that and into the Cardinal Division of the Mid-State League. So,
nice ace there by Maggie McGee.
And so Coach Bradford's timeout did not stop the roll for the Knights as McGee gets another serve in and an ace. One of the common things you see is a coach tries to call that timeout to get the service to stop and get a side out, as they call it. But it's not working this time as McGee gets another point. That's quite a few points in a row. I didn't start off where McGee started at, but she's got at least 4 or 5 right now in a row.
Yeah, certainly enough to double the score for FCA, up by 8.
That time they try to go over to Hogan, but she has to send it over with a set. Gives the Knights a chance here. Huth in the middle. There they go. That's finally what Grove City's been looking for. Number 1 to stop the bleeding, but that block, they finally got Huth. Didn't get that past the block there on that center attack. They got it back down, so that gives the point to Grove City Christian. And that also brings a substitution in for Coach Mary Beth DeWeese and the Lady Knights in the way of freshman Ruthie Johnson. She comes in for Mariah Huth. She'll be in that center spot, although they're going to set her up outside. And she comes in right on call. So does Beatty. Beatty gets back over there. That was a nice play there by Lindsay Beatty. She was on the one side covering the possible block and got back over for that when Grove City Christian wasn't able to handle it and set it back up to the net.
Back to serve for Fairfield Christian, Ruthie Johnson, freshman.
And she just gets it over the net. If you're Grove City Christian, you hate it when it does that. But it's good news for Fairfield Christian as they are now up double again, 18-9. And Grove City Christian kind of gets away with one there. Was going out long. Number 3, Emma Baker's kind of laughing a little bit because she kind of swung at that one, but it didn't hit anything. And line judge Andrew Gherkin, one of the students here at Fairfield Christian, made that call.
It's one of those times where swinging and miss is actually good.
And they're going to call Tucker for a double hit. You don't see that much. Tucker's a very good setter. Coach DeWeese actually did not get Tucker until about the 12th game of the season. She actually had to sit out as a transfer from Heath, and she's really good at the setting position, but she got called for the double hit there by the up official. The up official is Chastity Arnett. The down official tonight for us is Mindy Moore. Nice attack there by Beatty on the outside. Again, Grove City Christian gets their hands on it but can't get the block to go back down. They need to get that block like they did there in the middle the one time where it comes right back at the Knights. But this is going to give junior Lindsay Beatty the opportunity to serve.
Looks like that's a double hit by number 2, Griggs.
Kind of a turnaround, or what is it called when we did it, they did it? I mean, that's one of those things there. That time, that one was going out, and unfortunately, 0-0 Hogan. That time swung and hit on that as it was going out. We got a tip there in the back row again. Sophomore Andrew Gherkin on the line back there, making the call.
Lindsay Beatty back to serve again, Fairfield Christian.
Tucker tried to go across on that attack that came up to the net. Didn't quite get it. Sullivan with the attack. And she gets the kill. Assist Tucker. Not really a hard attack there by Emily, but just what she needed to get it to go down. Knights are up 22-11.
Lindsay Beatty with the serve again. Received by Hogan. Attacked by Griggs. Just barely got over the net, but as you've been saying, it's just enough and gives Grove City Christian the point.
That's right. That time it was Fairfield Christian. Had the block, but couldn't get it to go back. It came off. Nobody behind to pick up the deflection, and so that's a point for Grove City Christian. That brings number 5, the sophomore Jacobs, back to serve.
Attack by Emily Sullivan. Again, man.
Just like both teams are having a little bit of trouble with that block. They're getting their hands on it, but they're not getting the block back.
It must be very aggravating for them.
Well, it does give Fairfield Christian another point. That brings them 23-12. This first game's kind of slipping away here from the Eagles and falling right into the Knights' hand.
Tucker back to serve for Fairfield Christian.
Little jump serve there by Tucker. And number 6, we haven't called her name yet tonight very much, but that's Stephanie Sowards, the sophomore. Sowards, excuse me, Stephanie. And I'm sure that the Eagles would like to set her a little bit more. She's the tallest player on their team and a middle attacker for them. Tucker tries to dink it over there. The ball was coming to her, hard to get to set. This time they go to Hogan on the outside, but Beatty digs it. Speakman, the libero, sends it across and can't handle that one. Brings it to set point. And Johnson comes back in as the libero. Speakman goes out. The libero can freely substitute, but can only play in the back row.
Emily Sullivan with that serve, looking to end this final game.
Oh, but it's a nice tip there by, again, Sowards. Now we're starting to call her number. She gets that one to go down. Again, these two teams played earlier this year at Grove City Christian. Fairfield Christian Knights took it in 3 as the Eagles weren't able to come through. Again, they haven't won a league game yet. They've got 3 non-league wins on the season, but they would really like to be able to get a league victory underneath their belt. Hogan, too long, and that gives the first game to the Knights. So at 25-14, the first one goes to the Lady Knights. We're going to take a break from action. We want to remind you this is the MSL on LSN.
MSL on LSN, brought to you in part by
ServiceMaster claimed by Todd George. They are proud to be the only Green Seal certified janitorial service in Central Ohio and promise to do the job right or do it over. 740-687-1077.
Central Ohio General Surgeons are physicians who have advanced training that allows them to perform invasive procedures for their patients. At Central Ohio General Surgeons, your appointment includes time for examination and discussion. Please feel free to ask any questions at any time. 740-654-6213. Thank them for supporting FMP Sports.
This week with Sheriff Dave Phelan on LSN TV, Lancaster Time Warner Cable Channel 9. Great guests and important information on This Week with Sheriff Dave Phelan. Available online at lancasterohio.tv.
Welcome back to Fairfield Christian Academy. This is Grove City Christian Eagles versus the Fairfield Christian Knights in a nice volleyball game here. Looks like we got some fans over there.
I think they're calling you out there, KJ.
Yes, I noticed that.
Some of the basketball players there. I think that's a sport you play, isn't it?
Yes, I would believe so.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens this year as the Fairfield Christian Knights boys basketball team, a state qualifier last year to the Final Four, comes back this season with another strong showing, hopefully. We want to remind you that you hopefully are maybe getting a chance to watch this live on lancasterohio.tv on the internet. And if not, hopefully you're watching it on tape delay then, as Fairfield Christian here is going to go into game 2, up a game in this match. Lineups look to be pretty much the same from both squads right now.
Looks like Lindsay Beatty will be back to serve Fairfield Christian first.
See, I think Grove City got the first serve in the first game, so that would definitely mean it goes back to Fairfield Christian here in the second. Nice crowd here tonight for Fairfield Christian. We got some of the students out here for this home game. I don't know if it's because it's Grove City Christian or not, but they're here to support their Lady Knights. Beatty, big serve, but it comes back from Grove City there. They were able to return that, and the Knights were not ready.
That was a nice tip there by number 5, Jacobs. She's back to serve now. Just got over the net. Tucker with the set. Sullivan with the attack. And it's in. That's a kill for Emily Sullivan.
Sullivan finding the right corner, or the left corner actually for her, but the right defensive corner there of the Eagles. It wasn't a real hard attack, but it was right where it needed to be. The thing that nicely started that off was McGee's serve receive, because that was a nice little floater that came over, and she got up and got it right to Tucker.
Speaking of McGee, she just got subbed out for Allie Albert, number 8, just like first game. Emily Sullivan with the save. Tucker hits it over. And Jacobs bumps it out of bounds. So it'll be Fairfield Christian serve again.
Coach Bradford can't be happy with that one, because the Knights were actually really kind of confused on their attack, didn't get one up, but then the Eagles couldn't do anything with it.
Sydney Tucker serves again, and it goes out. That'll be a point for Grove City Christian.
And just like in the first game, it's close here to start off as it's 2-2. Number 2, Griggs, back to serve for Grove City.
Nice receive there by Caitlin Speakman, libero. Emily Sullivan hits it over.
Nice little play there by Grove City Christian on the net, but the Knights able to recover. Not that time.
There is number 6, Sowards, with the kill. Back to serve for Grove City Christian, Allie Griggs, number 2. Nice serve there. Received by Caitlin Speakman. Attacked by Allie Albert, and it's in. That's a kill for Allie Albert. That's happened twice now where it's just hit the line in this match.
Allie Albert's been coming on strong the last couple of games for Coach Mary Beth Luis and the Knights. That time she went over the block, but took just enough off of it to keep it in.
Emily Sullivan, number 2, back to serve for Fairfield Christian. Hogan with the set over. Received by Emily Sullivan. Lindsay Beatty from the back row attack.
Nice back row attack there by Beatty, but Grove City Christian. I thought they were going to be able to handle that attack, KJ, but no, they didn't. They weren't able to pull it in there.
I think the ceiling kind of messed with that one a little bit.
Yeah, they hit that one up in the ceiling, but Beatty with the back row attack gets the kill.
Nice receive there by number 1 Galleon, their libero.
And Hogan there puts it into the net there. She was trying to do a double-handed set dink over the net there and just didn't quite get it over.
Another serve for Emily Sullivan, and Hogan shanks it off of her fist, and it goes out of bounds. So Emily Sullivan will get another serve.
And Coach Bradford taking time out. He wants to try to stop this one early as the Knights are up 6-3.
During this timeout, it's a good time to inform you for our sponsors tonight. Fairfield Christian Church, serving Lancaster for the past 40 years at the corner of Columbus and Whittier Streets near the River Valley Mall. You're invited to Sunday morning services at 9 and 10:30. Visit us online at fairfieldchristian.org.
I'll tell you what, KJ, I can actually remember when Fairfield Christian Church was just one small building there on the corner of Whittier and Columbus, and they have grown twice. They've built and added on, and I was actually here for the first edition they did, but then they put in this big part of the addition that has actually been able to house the school that they have here at Fairfield Christian Academy in this gymnasium that actually sits on the second floor of the school. Kind of an unusual setting, but works out well for the Knights.
Nice ace there by Emily Sullivan.
Yeah, after the timeout again, Coach Bradford probably hoping that he could pull a side out, but Sullivan gets the serve in, and the Eagles not able to capitalize. They send it back over and won that time.
Attack by Allie Albert. Nice attack there. That'll be a kill.
Yeah, that's one of those, if you're the defender, you're like, are you kidding me? Because it hit right on top of the net, rolled over, and hit right where there was nobody at.
Hogan back to receive for Grove City Christian. And that'll be, looks like another ace for Emily Sullivan. I think she is on her 7th serve now.
She's come on pretty strong here because the game at one point was tied 3-3, and now it's 9-3. So
nice receive there by
needs
Griggs.
to stop the bleeding. They try it with a over the net two-handed set, but they go out to Doolittle. Big kill.
Haven't seen much of her tonight, but if she can get it going, she's a great attacker there in the front row.
I think I said earlier, Doolittle had a big weekend, having lots of kills. I can't remember the next number this Saturday in their 2 matches that they did. And that certainly made Coach Mary Beth Louise happy to see her come on. And she gets a block on it that time, and nice dig out by Tucker. Can the Knights hold on?
Lindsay Beatty with the back row attack, and it goes out. Unfortunate there, because that was great hustle again, like I said in the first game, by Sydney Tucker, number 3, Fairfield Christian.
You know, sometimes, KJ, though, even when they lose a point, just that little bit of energy, that little bit of hustle just keeps things rolling. You certainly don't want to let Grove City Christian think they have a chance in this.
Doolittle with the set over, and it will be out. So Grove City Christian will get the serve and the point.
Doolittle there, I think, kind of overthinking that one a little bit. She had the right idea. She knew where the empty spot was in the zone, but she went wide with the set.
Number 6, Sowards back to serve for Grove City Christian.
Again, Sowards just a sophomore back there. A lot of sophomores on this Grove City Christian team. At that time, the junior captain, Hogan, not able to get the attack that was coming to her. Of course, it was a hard one because that one was coming all the way from the back row that went to her outside there.
Madison Doolittle with the serve. Nice receive there by libero for Grove City Christian, Galleon. Attack by Mariah Huth.
A little bit of a roll shot there by Huth. Got it over. Grove City Christian was able to handle it, but they could not get it to come back their way. Doolittle gets the point and gets the serve again.
Nice serve right over the net by Doolittle there.
They couldn't get a lift called on him that time by the official, Chastity Arnett. And Grove City Christian's going to have a sub here. Coming in to serve, number 3, Emma Baker. For number 4, Alexandra Polentz.
That'll be out. On over to Fairfield Christian Academy for the serve.
So Fairfield Christian Academy tries it as they send in Maggie McGee to serve. Let's see if she can get her serve in. As number 3 there, Baker, hit hers out after she came in to serve. Maggie McGee, a back row specialist for the Knights, and one that always kind of serves into that spot there for Allie Albert.
Nice try there by Emma Baker with the back row attack, but just went out of bounds.
I mentioned Allie Albert was also on the homecoming court this last weekend for Fairfield Christian. They had their homecoming this last weekend.
Ironically enough, her older sister, Kristen Albert, was the homecoming queen.
Yep. Keep it in the family.
And if I'm correct, their older sister, Bethany Albert, was homecoming queen a couple years ago. So it really runs in the family.
Yeah, it really does. And Mr. Dave Albert, their father, is one proud man, I'm sure.
That was a nice receive there by Caitlin Speakman on the attack. Just goes off of Hogan's fingers.
Big hit there by Beatty. Again, if they can get Beatty and Doolittle on the outside with those outside attacks warmed up and hitting, the Knights are a very hard team. Their problem this year, they're sitting at 7-9 on the season. Their problem this year has been inconsistency, but tonight there isn't much of that as they've been able to take it right to Grove City, up 16-6. Grove City not getting many attacks right now as they get another one by Beatty.
Again, another nice outside attack by Beatty. She's really lighting it up tonight with those kills.
And it helps with the set she's getting from Tucker there in the middle. It all starts with the serve receive, which right now Grove City Christian is having a little bit of trouble handling. McGee had a big run in the first game too. And again, she gets an ace. You got to get that serve receive up to your setter or the attack just isn't going to happen.
Coming in for Fairfield Christian, Morgan Furness, in for Madison Doolittle. Maggie McGee, again with the serve. She is also on a roll like Emily Sullivan was earlier.
Grove City Christian finally gets the nice serve, and that's what happens when you get the serve up. You get the set, and you get the point. That time it was Hogan redeeming herself from a couple of misses earlier, hitting the back end of the Knights defense.
She will go back to serve also, Hogan will.
And we have a new face in for Fairfield Christian now. Another freshman, number 9, Samantha Collier. Coming in there for Huth, the junior. And Grove City Christian unfortunately serves that one long as the libero, Caitlin Speakin, comes out and Sullivan comes back in to do her job in the front row.
Freshman Samantha Collier with the serve. Hogan receives. Jacobs will bump it over for a free ball. Tucker with the set. Emily Sullivan with the attack. Received by Griggs. Griggs will attack.
Nice attack there by Briggs, but the Knights able to handle it. Couldn't really get in a hard attack, but they did defensively stop them. They're going to call a double hit on the sophomore, number 5, Allison Jacobs, the setter. I think that's her second one of the night. Collier got a nice serve for a freshman. Coach Luis relies on her sometimes with that.
It's also a nice receive by Baker for the Eagles.
Unfortunately, the set up there for number 11, Mariah Delaney, the freshman. Now, Delaney's a freshman over there, and she's been playing all the way around for the Eagles. So Coach Bradford, Collier takes it right to actually the face of the libero, Mariana Gallion. So she shakes that off, and she's ready to come back into action again. Again, Coach Bradford and the Eagles have a young team. I know one of the things he's battled this season is he's had a couple of actual starters that have left in mid-season to transfer schools, and that's got to kill you as a coach. But, you know, he's kept a positive attitude and stayed on with these kids. And they're out here fighting hard right now. It can't handle that one by Beatty, though, as she puts down the kill.
There's a timeout by Grove City Christian.
And that gives us an opportunity to talk to you about one of our sponsors, Central Ohio General Surgeons. They are physicians who have advanced training that allows them to perform invasive procedures for their patients. At Central Ohio General Surgeons, your appointment includes time for examination and discussion. So please feel free to ask questions at any time. Central Ohio General Surgeons can be contacted at 740-654-6213. And if you get a chance when you go there, thank them for supporting Fairfield Christian Athletic Sports. Those are a great group of guys over there at that facility. And I appreciate everything they do for Fairfield Christian.
Collier with the serve into the net.
And that time, Coach Bradford's timeout works. He's had a couple. He's tried to get the serve out or the side out, but it hasn't worked. That time they got the freshman, Collier.
Gallion with a nice serve back to Grove City. Emily Sullivan with the attack. Lindsay Beatty tips it over for the kill.
That was a nice roll shot there by Beatty. She's been hitting them hard down at Grove City Christian, but that time she didn't need it. She just put it over the little bit of the extended block, tipped it, and it fell right into an open spot on their defense.
Lindsay Beatty back to serve. This is set point. All you need is one more to win this set. And they'll put them up in the lead 2-0.
Okay, Grove City Christian, though, keeps it in play, so they're going to make Emily Sullivan earn it, and she does. She gets it down. That's the point number 25. And Fairfield Christian wins this one going away 25-8.
We'll be right back. This is MSL on LSN.
Ohio Christian University offers accredited, career-focused undergraduate and graduate degree programs for busy adults. Classes are convenient, offered online or evenings and weekends at our 12 locations. OCU will prepare you for your next step and help you discover your higher purpose.
We invite you to attend Ohio Christian University.
Okay.
Welcome back again to Fairfield Christian Academy. This is volleyball on MSL and LSN. Grove City Christian and the Fairfield Christian Knights are facing off, and Fairfield Christian right now is up 2-0 with the past two wins, 25-14 and 25-8. It's been very close. Well, I take that back, not too close, but close enough to make it a game.
Well, right now I think what you're seeing are two teams kind of heading in different directions right now. Coach Bradford's kind of struggling, had some kids that have gone off of his team. They're struggling trying to look for the first win in the league, and they're just not going to, I think, do it tonight against the Knights. We'll see what happens here in Game 3 as they come back out again here for this next set of the match. But Fairfield Christian's pretty much had their hand on the controls tonight. This will be a good warm-up game for them if they can bring it off here in 3 for their contest coming up Thursday night. They are going to be doing Volley for the Cure. So again, if you're watching this live on the internet at lancasterohio.tv, you would have an opportunity to go Thursday to Bern Union, where they travel to do Volley for the Cure and take on the league-leading Rockets from Bern Union. Bern Union is undefeated in the league right now, and Fairfield Christian actually played them very tough. I think that was a game that I had an opportunity to do with Nate Howes, another student here, cross-country runner for the Knights. And the Knights did well and took Bern Union all the way to the 5th game, so there's an opportunity for them to go back in there and knock off the league leaders this Thursday night if they play as well as they have been over the last couple of games. We're getting ready to start this third game as the down official for us tonight, Mindy Moore, is checking lineups, making sure everybody's correct. We got the same, well, we do have a different lineup now for Fairfield Christian. Number 5, Ruthie Johnson, is starting this game, the freshman, and a new face, junior Kelsey Nafsker. Number 13 is in the front row. Also rounding out the rest of the lineup for the Knights is senior Maggie McGee, junior 23 Madison Doolittle, junior Lindsay Beatty, and the setter sophomore Sydney Tucker. It looks like the Grove City Christian Eagles are coming out with most of their same lineup, except for it looks like there's one substitution out there, number 10, and I actually do not have number 10's number down on our lineup, so I apologize to her for not being able to get her name out there. But
Delaney
the freshman,
back to serve. Freshman there.
And if they want to get out on this game, that's the way to start it off for the freshman Delaney. She puts it down with an ace and sends Beatty all the way behind of the bleachers there to get that one.
started off a little different so far with this first point. Well, not now, but now we're tied up at 1-1.
Yeah, I'm sure Grove City wants that one back because they did not get, I mean, that was not a good serve received by the Knights there as it went back over the net, but they just weren't quite ready for it. And Beatty comes up with the ace. She puts up the strongman pose. That's something the Fairfield Christian Lady Knights like to do on that opportunity when they have the ace.
That was a nice play serve by Lindsay Beatty there. Just got it right in the middle, right where the hole is.
Right over the net and dropped. Bam, hit the floor. She comes close to doing it again, but the Eagles able to get that one up. And nice attack there by number 2. Another sophomore. We've been calling a lot of them here tonight. That's Allie Griggs for Grove City Christian. Boy, Coach Bradford would like to see a lot more of that out of the Eagles here as they're struggling down 2-0.
Jacobs back to serve for Grove City Christian. Doolittle comes up with the attack and gets it over. That'll be a kill for Madison Doolittle.
And you can't draw it up any better than that. Hits the top of the net, rolls over, and hits where nobody's at.
We have a substitution in for Maggie McGee, Allie Albert. That's happened so far every set. Allie Albert has come in early for Maggie McGee.
Well, Coach DeWeese has a little rotation there. Albert comes in to play the front row position. McGee comes in to serve and do her defensive work in the back.
Cindy Tucker, sophomore, back to serve, Fairfield Christian.
Again with her little jump serve. Nice time. Oh, that time that was a nice block, but Albert was able to dig it out. And that time Doolittle roll shots it. Nice volley here by both teams. Setting up Albert. Grove City Christian gets their hands on it.
Allie Albert with the set. Off to Madison Doolittle, who hits it in the net. That'll be Grove City's point, and they will be back to serve.
Doolittle doing a good job tonight on most of her attacks. That one, unfortunately, is an error on her part as she put that one in the net. They have this little attack, Fairfield Christian does, where they kind of set her up as she comes from the outside position across the center there.
Substitution, Hogan comes in for Grove City Christian. Griggs serves it for them, number 2.
They seem to be picking on Ruthie Johnson, the freshman in the back row there with their serves.
She's been doing very good, though, getting them up and right where the setter, Cindy Tucker, needs them.
That's exactly what she's got to do. Unfortunately for Fairfield Christian, that's a second error there on Doolittle. She hits it long.
Again, another nice serve received by Ruthie Johnson, the freshman.
And this time she takes it outside to Albert on the strong side hitter, the left side, puts it down for the kill.
This set is so far, just like all the other ones, start out pretty even, but we'll see what happens as the set goes on. If Fairfield Christian can pull away like they have, or if Grove City Christian can keep up with them.
This time the libero, Speakman, just drops it over the net. She came in the rotation. Now that she's served in that spot in the rotation, that's where she has to stay if she wants to continue to serve as they rotate around. She dumps another short one over the net.
Allie Albert with the attempted roll shot over, but is blocked by number 6, Sowards.
Sowards got the better of him that time in the middle position. That's a nice defensive play. And it gives Grove City Christian an opportunity to tie it up, 5-5.
Nice serve received there by number 19, the libero, Caitlin Speakman. Jacobs will set up Hogan for the attack, and it was blocked by Ruthie Johnson, but landed on their own side, so Grove City Christian will get the serve back, and that's been a common theme there. The block, but landing on their own side, very aggravating for both teams.
It is. And the libero, number 1, Mariana Gallion, sends it out long. She made a long distance call outside the area code there, known as the court.
Morgan Furness, number 4, a junior for Fairfield Christian, back to serve.
This is the first serve out of Furness tonight for the Knights. She sends it real deep, made it hard for the Eagles to handle. But the Knights do not get the attack. They get the dink on the second hit there.
Delaney hits that one out.
Close for the freshman. She hit it long, and I thought she might be able to sneak that one in there, but again, the line judge back there, Dennis Nolan, making the call, and he's got the better viewpoint than we do, that's for sure.
Nice serve there by Morgan Furness. Hits it about the same spot as she did last time.
Thought the Eagles were going to get an attack on that one, but they didn't. The Knights are the one with the attack. And the kill by Beatty.
You could just see it in her eyes if she went up. She knew exactly where to hit it, where it would land to get them that point.
Well, what was nice is that time she went, well, it's called line, she went right down the line on him instead of bringing it what she normally does across the court.
Morgan Furness serves again. That's her third serve in a row. Delaney, the freshman, hits it. Blocked by Allie Albert. And that will be a lift by number 4.
Yeah, that lift there by the Eagles was a lift, but I think that Allie Albert might have gotten away with one on the Fairfield Christian side there. We'll just say that that was a gift by the officials that time. Furness can't keep it going, puts it into the net. That brings the serve back over to number 4, Alexandra Polentz. She puts it in the net.
Looks like we have a sub for Polentz. Number 3, Baker, a junior, comes in for her.
And I understand why Coach Bradford left Polentz in there to serve, because Baker earlier had gone back in that service spot and had put one in the net, but Polentz not able to do any better. But Maggie McGee back to serve. She's had a strong night back there from serve, and I hope I didn't jinx her on that one. Nope, she puts it in.
Delaney, the freshman, hits it over for the kill.
And I'll tell you what, this time Grove City Christian is hanging around. They're still down, but they're only down by 2. And they're getting some good things to start to roll for them. So if they could keep this going, they might turn this match around a little bit. Right now, the Knights are still up 10-8.
Yeah, as you were saying earlier, energy and momentum is a very big thing in sports. All it takes is that one win or even that 1 point sometimes to get everyone going.
I'll tell you what, volleyball is a game that just momentum is huge in. I mean, you see it sometimes in football or basketball, but boy, I've done enough volleyball games now with your sisters, KJ, playing and your mom coaching that I'll tell you what, one team gets to start rolling and the other team just sometimes has to really fight to get the momentum back. Right now, I'm kind of feeling that way about Fairfield Christian.
Ruthie Johnson there, freshman, kill. I think that's her first one for tonight.
Dial it up. Doc Johnson made the prescription there, and she put it down. However, she is not going to get the opportunity to go back and serve as she's being substituted in by the other freshman on the lineup. Samantha Collier's going to go back. She had some good service points there in game number 2, so we'll see what she can do here. Not what Coach DeWeese was looking for in that spot, but I'm sure she'll get another opportunity here. Being just a freshman, she's got a few more years ahead of her to play for Coach DeWeese.
Speaking of freshmen, Delaney, number 11, back to serve for Grove City. Nice serve there, right over the net.
But Furness handles it nicely. There's Nafsker back into the game with the attack. They covered the overhead dink there. They're going to set up Nafsker.
Nice hit there by the junior, Kelsey Nafsker.
Nafsker, not a lot of power on that one, but she put it in the back row, and the Eagles had trouble handling it. As Doolittle comes back in the game for Furness, as she's done her work in the back row. And now it's Doolittle's turn in the front.
Lindsay Beatty back to serve for Fairfield Christian. She has a very powerful serve, as that right there just displays, and she'll get another chance at it.
That's a hard serve there to handle for Grove City Christian. Hits the net hard, puts a little spin on it, and it drops right over where they couldn't quite get it. Beatty adjusts her serve on that one to get it deep. Dig out there by McGee. Tucker tries to dink it over. They get their hands on that one. Nafsker did. They send it over to Doolittle. She gets a nice kill, but Grove City's maybe going to handle. No, they can't get it. So I think you got to chalk that one up as a kill for Doolittle. She sent it out in deep. They got to it, but they weren't able to reel it in and put it back in play. And Beatty starting to mount up the points for the Knights. Nice serve received there.
Attacked by Griggs.
10.
Out of bounds.
You're right. Griggs hits that one long.
Lindsay Beatty serves again. I think this, well, when we come back, this will be her 6th serve in a row. Timeout by Grove City Christian. So during this timeout, one of our sponsors for tonight, Lancaster Perspective with Mike Miller on LSN TV, Lancaster Time Warner Cable, Channel 9. Find perspective on Lancaster business, Lancaster events, Lancaster treasures in a relaxed, casual conversation with Mike Miller. Lancaster Perspective on LSN. Lancaster Community TV, available online at lancasterohio.tv.
As we come back out of the timeout there, Fairfield Christian is up 15-10, and Beatty's starting to pile up some points here, so Coach Bradford takes the timeout. But I will tell you, this has been Grove City Christian's probably best showing in the match tonight, staying right only 5 points down at 15-10. If they could get a side out here, it would go a long way to keeping them in this ball game.
Have a little complication out there on the floor. I'm not so sure what that was about.
Well, the Fairfield Christian Lady Knights and Sydney Tucker, the setter, called for a lineup check. Just make sure everybody was in there right, because they do have a couple of subs in that don't start out normally, so they want to make sure they're where they're supposed to be.
Nice play served. Again there by Lindsay Beatty. She's had a couple of those tonight.
A little miscommunication in the back row. Not what Coach Bradford wanted coming out of the timeout.
Another serve by Lindsay Beatty.
Nice hard one and deep, but this time they're going to get the attack. And number 2, Griggs, puts that one down. Sophomore Allison Griggs getting the attack. You look down Grove City Christian's lineup, you see sophomore, freshman. They do have 2 juniors on the team, in Baker and Hogan. If Coach Bradford can keep these guys together, he's going to be building on this young talent that he has. And not quite over the net. Libero there. Again, another sophomore, Mariana Gallion.
Sub here. Again, Allie Albert comes in for Maggie McGee.
No need to call it. McGee does her work. And now it's Albert's turn in the front row. Tucker with the little jump serve. We know it's coming. And Grove City Christian still has an opportunity here, but on the outside there, that time Griggs tried as hard as she could to keep that one in play, but it hit the antenna going out.
Score right now is 18-11. Fairfield Christian is up. 7 more points for them, and this will be match. Nice kill there. I'm sorry, ace there by Sydney Tucker, sophomore.
Sisters wouldn't let you live that one down, calling that one a kill. Well, we're going to see another freshman for the night. So Coach DeWee showing the youth that she has on her team that she's hoping to keep here. This is actually the Libro's sister, younger sister, Mackenzie Speakman, number 11, coming in. Now she's a setter on the JV team. I don't know if she'll be setting here tonight. It looks like she's in the front row attack position.
Roll shot over by Mackenzie Speakman, the freshman.
I think I have to agree with Coach Bradford there. He was not happy that there wasn't a lift called by the Knights on their play there by the up official, Charity Arnett. You know, officials are susceptible to sometimes making mistakes. So, but I do like the fact he called that out and called attention to it, because there was a couple that were really close there.
Griggs back to serve for Grove City Christian, and just hits the line on the outside to give them the serve back.
And what's that called? An ace.
An ace, correct. Pardon me.
Griggs going to try to get Grove City back in this as they're down 13-19.
Set there by Sydney Tucker. Kelsey Nafsker with the attack. Received by Griggs. On over to Mackenzie Speakman for the attack. Received there by Gallion. And number 6, Sowards, hits it into the net.
And Sowards has had a couple of good attacks there from the middle spot for the Eagles, but that one, the set was just a little bit behind her. She had to lean her back, and then she couldn't get anything on it, and it actually hit the net. The older Speakman back to serve. She does her little. Unfortunately for number 4 there, Alexandra Polentz, she caught that one in the net, caught in her chest, and got called for the lift. They've got to be ready for these short serves that Speakman's putting over right now. That time they handle it. They get the attack set up. Little bump set there. Tucker had to hit it over on the second one. and Hogan hits it into the net on the outside attack.
Looks like towards the end of the set, Fairfield Christian is pulling away, just like the rest of them.
Yep, Grove City Christian was in it at 15-10. They took a timeout, but Fairfield Christian able to come in. This doesn't look good. Well, Grove City Christian able to handle it. That time the set by Tucker put Albert just way too close to the net. She tried. That was actually an athletic move there by Albert as she tried to get up and fist that one over, but her body just took her right underneath the net.
Very nice hustle, which is a common theme tonight for Fairfield Christian Knights.
Yeah, Fairfield Christian is showing some improvement tonight, although that one right there can't make Coach Deweese happy. Albert's done some good things tonight. Tried a lot of hustle in that last one, but that one in the center attack spot went into the net for her.
Nice serve there by number 1 Galleon.
And a nice receive there by Speakman as they finally get it to Collier on the outside for the attack. Delaney, who's had a couple of kills tonight for the Eagles, hits that one out wide. And for the Eagles coming in, so this is the first action. Kylie McDade, sophomore, middle hitter, comes in.
Freshman Kinsey Speakman back to serve, and that will be an ace.
McDade there coming in a little bit fresh, let that one go over her head, put her libero in a tough spot. She had to go over there and get it out of the corner.
One more
that
point.
Brings it down to match point for the Knights.
One more, and that'll be it for tonight. And looks like that will be it. Fairfield Christian goes away with the last set, 25-15, which will be match. This has been a very good game for both teams. A lot of room for improvement for both, but you can say that just about any sports team.
Well, Fairfield Christian takes that last game, 25-15. So the scores tonight, Fairfield Christian 25-14, 25-8, 25-15. And they're going to go up to being 3-3 in the league, and that brings them almost even at 8-9 on the season. So for Fairfield Christian here tonight, we're going to take a little break here for our sponsors and come back with a post-game wrap-up.
MSL on LSN, brought to you in part by
ServiceMaster claimed by Todd George. They are proud to be the only Green Seal certified janitorial service in Central Ohio and promise to do the job right or do it over. 740-687-1077.
Central Ohio General Surgeons are physicians who have advanced training that allows them to perform invasive procedures for their patients. At Central Ohio General Surgeons, your appointment includes time for examination and discussion. Please feel free to ask any questions at any time. 740-654-6213. Thank them for supporting FMP Sports.
This week with Sheriff Dave Phelan on LSN TV, Lancaster Time Warner Cable Channel 9. Great guests and important information on This Week with Sheriff Dave Phelan. Available online at lancasterohio.tv.
We're back here at Fairfield Christian Academy for a post-game show. Again, we want to thank you if you're watching this online right now at lancasterohio.tv. If you're watching it by tape delay, we want to welcome you also. Fairfield Christian Lady Knights take this game from the Grove City Christian Eagles tonight in 3. The scores were 25-14 in the first set, 25-8 in the second, and 25-15 for the third one. Again, we're having an excellent job done by the media team here at Fairfield Christian Academy. KJ, who we got tonight here on the team?
Well, working camera, we got Benjamin Tobin, we got Blake Barr and Joshua Coleman, and behind the scenes we have JT Burcham and Dane Alexander.
All right, we want to thank you guys for the excellent work you do every time you guys come out and get those cameras rolling. And I'm sure the ladies tonight appreciate the fact that this game was covered too. Now for both teams, where do they go from here? Well, for Grove City Christian, they still are looking for their first win in the league as they dropped to 0-6 on the league. They are now 3-10 for the season. So Coach Bradford will try to regroup, take his team back, get back into the gym, try to get them to pick up the pace a little bit. But again, they've got a young team, so they've got some room for improvement, and that's a learning experience. For Coach Mary Beth DeWeese and the Lady Knights, they improved on the season to 8-9, almost up to the 500 mark. And again, with the season still quite a bit of the season ahead of them, that should not be an overly hard goal for them to reach to get back to 500. They are now 3-3, and a big opportunity, as we've already talked, coming up to this Thursday. If you're watching this game on tape delay, you'll probably already know the results of that game, but the Lady Knights have an opportunity to take on league-leading Bern Union Rockets. It'll be at Bern Union, but more importantly, it's going to be Volley for the Cure. And that's an important thing that the volleyball teams here in the state of Ohio do. And I think it may even actually be a national thing that they do that, where they get together and the proceeds go to fight breast cancer. So, KJ, we want to end tonight's show by just simply talking about, again, the Fairfield Christian Lady Knights effort here tonight. They came in, did exactly the job they have to. I think you're starting to see a lot of improvement on their part from where they were earlier in the season, and that's got to make Coach DeWeese happy.
Yeah, it's got to make Coach DeWeese very happy. I mean, like I said earlier, tonight all I saw was bodies being thrown all over the place on the floor going after loose balls, and that's really what you need. And, you know, a team, just people will go out there and just work hard and try to get everything done that they can.
Well, that's a signature mark of Mary Beth DeWeese's team. One of the coaches earlier this year from Fisher Catholic was talking after the game in the post-game interview on the radio about how it's very difficult when a team is hustling, they're moving, and they're not letting balls drop to beat them. So hopefully the Knights will be able to build on this game, keep moving on in the season, and maybe even get a couple of big wins the second time around as they face some other teams here in the Mid-State League. So from Fairfield Christian Academy, the Lady Knights take it away from Grove City Christian Eagles with a 3-set win. And for KJ DeWeese, I'm Coach Dave DeWeese, and we want to thank you. Good night.